good morning, and welcome to another edition of the Brothers of Legacy. Yeah, we are on, we are on, we are on, in the building. Make sure you share. Make sure you share because sharing is caring. Sharing is caring. So let everybody know that the brothers are on. Come on every single day, Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We appreciate you guys for being here, rocking with us, connecting with us, supporting us as we make big moves. Big moves. And again, make sure you are sharing. Bring it down a little bit. So we appreciate you guys for being here. It's another edition of the Brothers of Legacy. And if not, make sure you check out our podcast. Listen, our podcast has kind of a spike, and I'm appreciative. So I appreciate you guys for blessing. Hey, Lisa, good morning. Good morning. Miss Mama McCory in the building. Great morning to you. Appreciate you guys for being here. Again, all your support, being here financially has been a huge blessing. Got great things that are coming that we're building on. That's just coming down the pipe. It already exists. We have school initiative as well as the accountability call and the Brothers of Legacy broadcast. We're growing, guys. We're growing. We're connecting with other organizations, building bridges, creating a better space for my brothers to step up and to begin to step into our communities and do the things that they need to do. All right. So, again, thank you for watching. There you go. Look at that. Be sure to share and tag somebody. And if you're on the text, make sure you can share that text as well. Get them in. Tell them to text LW into 84576. Text LW into 84576. Never miss a broadcast. Never miss what's going down with the Brother Legacy Walker Network. Hey, you got to sneeze? Hey. All right. Welcome back. All right, so let's do this. Spliggity splow. Today, so we're going to dig further into the conversation we had earlier or yesterday about the blueprint, right? About what happens when, your blueprint is changed. What happens when what you have thought about doing, you've taken someone else's blueprint because you've seen a level of success in that space. But you come to realize, like, I should have gone after my own blueprint, or at least step into a space that is more of my own than that of someone else's. And it's definitely a journey of discovery, when going down your own blueprint or your own path. And like I said before, some folks have chosen someone else's blueprint and they've been successful because they chose correctly, whereas their original direction wasn't the best plan. It wasn't really going to be fulfilling. It was more emotionally driven, more excitement, So I don't knock someone else following someone else's plan, even a plan that your parents lay out, like Jeff Collins spoke about yesterday, how his dad owned a Ford dealership. He went and did his own thing, then eventually came back, having knuckleheaded moments. We go through that. When you're young, you go through that. And I think it's choosing, though. And I think, like, our generation, especially of parents, we're trying to have more of the conversation to see how our children are thinking about the plans that they're making, and if it seems like viable, it's like, I may not see it all, but I see where you're going and I support you and I have your back. So today we're talking about, where's it at? creating the blueprint, the new blueprint for your life. Creating a new blueprint for your life. What happens when you're already on one path? How do you ensure that you are making the right moves to get to the goals that you realize this is where I really want to go? So we're going to talk about recreating the new blueprint for your life. Tomorrow, we're going to really delve into the struggles of creating paths. We're going to delve into the struggles of what happens when things don't go your way from a mental aspect. We're going to have my expert come through, Matt Genius, to kind of delve into that. And then Thursday, I got another guest lined up to kind of talk about kind of reshaping your blueprint and things of that nature. So we've got a great week ahead of us. So today we're talking about recreating the new blueprint for your life. What happens after you make that switch? What happens, after you get on this journey? So we're going to talk about that as well. All right. So again, I appreciate you guys for rocking with us. I apologize for being late. Way my schedule's working out. I get here just in time, and I had to make sure things were in order, so it could be on in the best way possible. So do me a favor right now. If you're watching this, make sure you are sharing. Mama Corey always goes through her messenger, takes the link and copies and sends it to everybody. I get it too. Sends it to everybody. If you're on the Facebook space, make sure you are tagging other people. Tag until they tell you to stop tagging. Tag until they tell you to stop tagging. And if you don't know where you're at, you can't tell. I don't even know how can you not. Right there, bam, bam, bam. You're watching the Brothers of Legacy, where we don't stand out, we stand up. And I appreciate you for being here. If you're first time here, if you're watching this on replay, welcome. Listen, put your name where you're from. Put your name where you're from, because we want to connect with our people. We're not just a broadcasting platform. We're about connecting to the community that's connecting to us. And I'm gonna do my best to stay connected to everybody that comes through as much as I possibly can. All right. So again, welcome. And we're going to go ahead and kick it off. Pastors come into the building. We're going to go ahead and get started. Again, I appreciate you guys for being here. You could be watching a plethora of things or listening to or doing something else, but you're here rocking with us. And I don't take that for granted. All right. Let's see. Hey, good morning, Keita. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. All right. So let's go ahead and kick this joker off. Bam, bam. And
you're watching the Brothers of Legacy. We don't stand out. We stand up.
Good morning.
Happy day. Mr. Late.
Really? Is that where we're going to start? Oh, you're talking about you, Mr. Late. Oh, okay. I thought because I was a little late today. So
no, I'm late today, man. Wow. Life happens, man. It happens.
Indeed.
Good morning, BLWell family. Good to see everybody. Happy Tuesday to each and every one of you.
Yes, indeed. So, guys, welcome. Let's see. What was I about to say? I just read an article. Who's that coming through? Let's see. Geraro. He said, I'm from heaven, but living on earth right now in Southeast Georgia. So silly. So listen, I appreciate you guys for coming through. I just saw a notification, right? Somehow this news app, Newsbreak, and I think everybody gets it now. Do you have that on your phone too? Newsbreak. You always get info from them. Newsbreak.
I'm not sure.
Because you sent me an article one time from that.
Yeah. Okay.
Where did that come from? One, like, how did it just become part?
It's an app. Yeah.
Did you search out this Newsbreak app, or it just kind of came into your space?
Well, I'm sure it was probably due to an algorithm online somehow.
Because everybody,
I think it's because of the types of searches I've done.
I guess because I got it too now. Like I swear it's probably like the most popular app now because it just kind of came out of nowhere. Not every like it's constant news, all the time.
It's
Like
great
something,
content.
yeah, and yeah, because it's and I
But it'll
realize
blow
it's
your
like
phone up if you don't manage it.
right. It's because it's local and national because it gives
Yeah.
you local
Yeah.
news as well as national news. So anybody else knows about Newsbreak. Only reason sometimes you got to give props to marketers and algorithms and how they find their way into your life. That's all. Like sometimes you're just like, well, how did Newsbreak just become this thing? Where did it come from?
But you
First I
also
thought,
need to know that you can stop it at any point.
yes,
Also.
yes, yeah.
That's
It's not a
important.
bothersome. I just wonder where it came from.
Yeah,
I
but I want to make sure people understand because
Yeah.
you can like if it's unexpected, right? Because there can be an avalanche
right,
of
right,
alerts
right.
coming
Yeah.
from Newsbreak
Yeah.
if you don't manage your settings,
Yes,
right? You got to
Yeah.
shut it down. I only
Right.
want this type of breaking news or whatever the case
Right.
might be. And if you're not willing to do all that, you need to
just get it over with.
uninstall.
Right,
Right. That's just and so the same thing with email, like junk mail and stuff like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
You can unsubscribe. So I think most people should
Yes.
know that. Or
Control
they
those
will flood you.
notifications.
Yeah. I
Control
mean,
the
your junk mail folder, I'm sure, is overloaded.
Right.
Most
Right.
folks won't even delete their junk mail folder. Most folks
I
don't.
do.
Most folks don't delete their deleted folder. Like when you delete an email,
know what?
it goes into a
I
deleted
don't.
folder.
I don't. Not
Right.
not
You
enough.
still have to go in and delete what you've
Probably
deleted.
every 6 months.
Yeah,
I
you
go
have
to
to
the
empty
deleted
the
folder.
trash can. Is what it says.
I remember one
Right.
time Gmail was like, "Hey, buddy, you're almost out of space." Like, what you mean? I'm almost. So I had to find the junk mail. I was like, "Oh, all my stuff is still in the garbage."
Yeah, like your deleted email is taking up space.
right. I don't even care about it. Right.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. He said I deleted Newsbreak a while back
yeah,
because I was sick of the
yeah.
constant
It can be overwhelming.
notification. Okay. That's interesting. And I was going somewhere with that, but the notification controlling that and the emails. I just read an article in Newsbreak about Burger King is trying to go upscale. Like they're trying to find a way to break out from the pack. Now they don't have a lot of detail, but they're gonna try to, I guess, upscale their menu. Let's see how that works, because Burger King has been like, honestly, and I know I don't care, don't talk about me. I've been there a couple of times, and like their service is like horrible. Like there's McDonald's horrible, but Burger King horrible is like nobody there, and it still takes forever to get your food.
yeah.
Like I still don't understand like what's going on, what's their process, what's missing. Like I would just go to McDonald's like, oh, that's what we're missing. Like I'm saying, because you can talk about McDonald's, but they still they get your food unless it's like super busy. They still get your food. It's like it takes every time. Like we go on and just like there's nobody online. Oh, we order, pull up, and you wait. What's up?
I can insert a story right here.
Go ahead.
I can. I mean, I could, like, you just made me think one particular story.
Okay.
Coming back from a church service in Snellville. It's late at night. I didn't eat before I went to service. And
Okay.
so I'm getting home and it's probably 11:30, 12 o'clock, midnight. And
Right.
nothing is open and I'm
Right.
starving.
Right.
The only thing that was open was Burger King. They were supposed to be open until 2 a.m.
Wow.
All right. So I got to the drive-through, pulled up, the light was still on, the
Uh-huh.
panel where you
Right.
place the
Right.
order.
That's what you look for. You're like,
And
okay,
there was
the panel's
somebody
on.
standing outside, and the lady was like, "I'm sorry, we're closed." I said, "Oh, you guys
Okay.
closed early?" She said, "Yep, nobody came to work."
Wow.
She said, "I would help you, but there's nobody here working."
Wow. Mm.
That was
Good.
Burger King.
Good. Very
So
good.
when you say Burger King is going upscale, like, so now they have employees?
right. Now they got people. They got people now. We could do this. We
Yeah,
could do this.
yeah. But that was, because it was at some point, it was more advantageous to be at home
Right.
because of the funding that you had access to
Yeah.
during COVID.
100%.
All the programs and everything,
Right.
the tax breaks and all of that. I mean, you made more money staying at home for certain people.
Right, right. But honestly, like real talk, because like if you look at the numbers, like the unemployment number, and I know recreating the blueprint, don't worry, we're gonna get there. I've learned segueing. The unemployment numbers are not high, so that means people are somewhere doing
Yes.
something.
Yes.
And I think folks got laid off from these jobs that they were like not really the happiest about, and they realized, oh my goodness, I'm surviving. Let me go do what I want to do, or at least something that I like.
Right. I can now
more.
make an investment in something, you know.
Right.
I can go do something different. Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
I mean, the number of entrepreneurs
That too. Yes.
during COVID
100%.
blossomed like wildflowers.
Right. Right.
Right.
Right.
There's a whole new generation of business owners
Yep.
operating in these streets, man. And it's a
Yeah.
beautiful, beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And so impacted because Burger King does not pay a wage fair enough, suitable enough for people to think it's worth their time. So
Right. Right. And then
welcome to self-gratification.
I
love it. I love
the
it.
explosion of all the warehouses and the Amazons and and they're paying like $17. Like, oh, $17, $10.
Yeah, I mean, well, you see, you're going down the whole list there. You know, we can just keep going, right? Because we can talk about what transportation is paying now.
Right. Exactly. So going into that, let's talk about recreating the new blueprint for your life. We talked about yesterday the things and thoughts we had, the kind of blueprints that were set before us, good, bad, and indifferent, those ways we felt like we should go. Today, I kind of want to dig into the life that you're trying to build for yourself by kind of recreating a new path in the space that you're already in. Because you can't go back, can't erase it, can't okay, reset. Let's start over. I figured it out.
Right.
Let's go back to graduation. I'm getting this diploma. Now I know what I want to do. Because a lot of people like, you know what? Can I hit that reset? Can I get one reset? If I can get one mulligan, just once, one time,
But it's funny, every new direction is still an entry.
Yes. And it's so funny. It's like you start going like, dang it, I should have just kept that old way. I didn't know it was going to be this difficult.
Well, I think fundamentally, the work is still the same.
Yeah.
Fundamentally,
yeah.
The plan still I mean, you think about it. Any new direction that you're traveling in life, you have to remain fundamentally sound.
Right.
You know that there's a reaping and a sowing. There's a building, there's an establishing, there's a growing, there's a managing. There's all of these things that open up new dimensions of thought patterns as it relates to life and balancing all of that. And then what you're really chasing, understanding your purpose, all of those things, man. But for the most part, fundamentally, if you remain consistent, it really doesn't matter what direction you're heading in. Right. Because faith is your foundation. And if your faith is biblically strong, it's one thing to understand what it is to have faith. It's another thing to walk in faith. Right. And then to remember that faith without works is dead. Right. So if I believe I'm able, then I must do.
Right.
I gotta walk it out. So what do I do? Oh, fundamentally, all right. What is my targeted goal? So let's break that down. So I mean, we can get into those things, but I believe personally, it does not require much thought when you have the ability to count up the cost, understand purpose. It really doesn't matter what direction you're heading in if you remember the fundamentals. So now the question is, do we talk about the fundamentals? Right. And for those who wrestle with, well, what do you mean by that? What started you in the beginning? How did you get where you are? You
Right.
know, how did you learn to get up every day and go to work? You know, how did you get the homework done? How did
Right.
you manage to pass that exam? How you
Mhm.
really graduated college? Wow, you were able to set a goal and accomplish your goal. Oh,
Right.
so you remember what it took. Okay, so now you want
Right.
to
Just
sell
apply
cars.
that.
All right, so you better know what kind of cars you're selling. You
Right.
know what you need to know what the market looks like.
Right.
Understand what the investment is. What does my conversation have to be to
Right.
become an expert in what I'm trying to sell? What am I selling? Am I
Mm.
really selling cars, or am I selling an experience? Is it really about me? Because it doesn't matter whether I'm selling a car or whether I'm selling a house. Is it me
Right.
or is it the product? I mean, all of
Right.
these things you got to think about.
Yeah,
Right?
definitely. I think when it's like you said, when you're getting on your path, that's good that you said that. Like, remember what it took to get that degree.
Yeah.
Remember, what it took to get through that last year of high school, or remember,
The
what it
certification,
took to get there. Yeah, whatever a certification, a course, a class. Remember that workout.
pay
Remember,
raise,
yeah, right, right. So it's just
you know.
having that perseverance to know what your goals. And I think a lot of times though, it's it's answering the question of what is it that you want? What is
Yeah.
it that you want?
Yeah.
I think that's sometimes, and it seems the older you get, sometimes the more challenging that may be to answer. Like, what is it that you really want to transpire in your life? What would you like your life to look like? You know,
See, that opens up the door to understanding your purpose in life. And
right,
and for
right,
me, like my testimony is that's why I love the Lord so much, because he helped me under the Lord is what provided purpose for me.
right,
Right? Everybody has a sense of purpose,
right,
but when you can find yourself in the Lord
right,
and understand God's plan for your life,
right.
it's to me it's such a broader scale,
Yeah,
right? And I'm talking about a life that it really doesn't matter economically where you are when
right,
your soul is right with God.
right,
We are,
right,
but the blessing of God is He's going to bless your life economically.
right. Yeah. Mhm.
Right. So if I'm talking about purpose, yeah, that ties right back into the word and what I understand about my purpose through the word of God,
Right.
because it's in him that I live. It's in him that I
Mhm.
move. It's in him that I have my being. So my purpose is found in him.
Right.
So now I have to search the scriptures to understand what he says about me.
Yeah. True.
Right.
Indeed. Indeed. I think also, like, in kind of like same veinish, we talk about, like for you, you was on a certain path, you went to the military, then you were looking for a job, and you was going through your trials and your ups and downs. But that decision to get hungry, to figure out how could I maximize this job, from
Yeah.
packing this product to knowing what's in it, to selling this product, like,
Believing that it was a stepping stone
right,
for
right.
my next level.
But what you do now is not who you are.
Right.
It's just a skill set that has opened up opportunities.
Right.
And I
It's
think,
it's a tool
yeah,
that I use. It's a resource
it's a resource,
that
right?
I leverage in
Yes.
order to live the life and do the things that I desire to do for God.
Right, right. And I think
Yeah.
about even Kaneem, he said his blueprint wasn't the best. The ones he's seen around him, he said, yeah, it wasn't the best direction to go.
Yeah.
And then the opportunity kind of dropped in his lap, kind of just came to him. And he's like, I'll try it. And it took him off the path. And once he realized, oh, this is get me off the path and get me in a new
Yeah.
direction, like
Yeah.
like a functioning
I
citizen.
can
Like,
actually tell people what I'm doing.
right, right. Right, because that's like a number two and number three man question. Hey, how's it going? What's your name? What you do?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what I do?
Right.
I, I
I
do
can go
stuff.
anywhere and talk about what I do. Right.
Right, right, exactly. And I think in
That's
that
the
in
beginning.
those
That's
spaces,
that's
yeah,
the first part. That's the
right,
pride part, right?
yeah, yeah.
Take you out to dinner. We can sit down. We can have a real conversation.
Yes,
We don't have to hide in the cut.
you have to, right, right, because they start going around like, what you do? What you do? Like,
Right.
what
Right.
am I going to
Right.
say? What am I going to say?
Yeah. Yeah. You got it.
So yeah, I think once you recognize the things that you do that just provide the opportunities, then I think it's just getting into what is it that you do that's really you,
Yeah.
getting to that space. What's up, Michael? Good morning. Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Appreciate it. It's a great morning, wonderful topic as per usual. Appreciate you. I dig deep. I do much research. I'm like, God just said, here, just this is what's gonna work today. I've been blessed. I've been blessed. But yeah, definitely. Like once you get into the space of, because a lot of times, and this happens, especially with I just say with men, their jobs become who they are. So when they get laid off, they feel like they've lost a sense of purpose.
Yeah.
And in that space of losing that sense of purpose, you're like, who am I? Like what has my life been for the last 40 years?
Insert story here.
There we go. Let's go.
Man, when I lived in Los Angeles, and my wife and I were early in our relationship, man, it was at that time I was working for the church because I had left a job in Long Beach. I was living in Los Angeles. I was working in Long Beach.
Okay.
The commute was crazy. So if you're in Atlanta, it's like driving from Ellenwood to Norcross. So you have to get from the southern tip of 285 to the top end where it splits.
Right.
So it's a long commute.
Okay.
But I'm a single parent with 3 children. Right.
Mm-hmm.
My children needed to be in school. So I used a phony address in Long Beach.
Right.
So that I could enroll my children around the corner from where I worked.
Right. Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
My daughter got in trouble and they found out that I didn't really live at that address. So they put my children out of school.
Right. Right.
I had to quit my job just to be at home with my children.
Wow.
But at the same time, that's what got me into economic development. Because at the time I was going to First AME Church, and First AME Church had Fame Renaissance doing a whole lot for the community. This was the place that launched out after the Rodney King riots in 1992. They built this big, huge economic development program. It's just long story, but anyway.
Right.
So I decide. So I was talking to one of my friends in the church, and she had been working for the church for the non-for-profit. She goes, well, listen, we have plenty of work for you to do if you want to come and work at the church. I'm like, yeah, but I need to get paid. I need a job. Right. Her name was Pat Gomez. I'll never forget that. She said, look, just come to work and let's see what happens.
Right.
So I started showing up. Now, at the same time, they had just started a Cecil Murray Education Center. Cecil Murray was the pastor of First AME Church. Mm-hmm. So they had a school right there on the property.
Wow.
Named after the pastor, Cecil Murray Education Center.
Right.
So I'm thinking if I go to work there, I can get my children enrolled there, and everything is gravy. That's my hustle.
Right.
So I get up, I get dressed every morning, I go to the church and I sit in the office, I answer phones and I file papers, I do that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And I did that for like 2 weeks, wearing a suit and tie to work every day, and let my children sit in the big old office. It was a big old huge hardwood floor, like all these old Italian style homes is how they remodeled all these homes and made them into office spaces.
Nice.
Right?
Okay.
So old school hardwood, beautiful property. Right. And so I'm in there and I can bring my children in there. So one Friday afternoon, I had been there for like 2 weeks. The executive director, Mark Whitlock, comes downstairs and he sent somebody downstairs and requests me to come upstairs to talk to him on a Friday.
Okay.
They said, hey, Brian, Mark Whitlock wants to talk to you in his office. So I go upstairs, close the door. He says, hey, man, how you doing? I'm hearing great things about you and all that. I'm like, hey, man, pleasure to see you again.
Right.
And he said, listen, I know I got to start paying you because you won't stop coming to work.
Wow.
Like, that's how I got the job. That's how I launched into economic development.
Right. Wow.
And so I was able to get my children enrolled in Cecil Murray Education Center. Right. And the rest was history. That's how I started. That was crazy.
And through that connection, though.
Through that connection,
got you into ministry as well.
All that I learned back then to $1 billion non-for-profit.
Right. Look at that. Out of a situation that seemed bleak, and honestly, praise God. I don't know how bad they were back then, but I know, when they put folk in jail for,
Man, I was
for
heartbroken, bro. I was
yeah, for having them
because I
out
had
of
to
their
leave
wrong
my
district.
job
Yeah,
and my children were out of school.
right.
And I was
Right.
not going to put them in the school that
Right.
was connected to the address that I
I
lived
got you.
in LA.
Listen, and everybody,
No
if you
doubt.
don't understand that one, like you ain't about to go to that school.
Wasn't
No
gonna happen.
way, no
Wasn't gonna
how.
happen.
Right.
Nope.
Exactly.
So that was God, man. I'm saying
Yes.
that's the Lord and
Yeah.
his hand on your life, bro.
Right.
That's his hand on your life, man.
Right. So part of this message, if I would have a subtopic, don't get.
But you
don't
talked
let the
about,
situation-
you're talking about the blueprint. The thing
Yeah.
is, the fundamentals are the same. I got up, I went to work.
Right.
I knew I had to do something, but I knew
Yeah.
this was an opportunity. It was an opportunity that may look shabby to somebody, but I wanted to make something happen. I needed to make something happen.
Indeed.
And I was in a healthy space to be
Yes,
able to
indeed.
do that. And so I used that as a launching pad. And from there, me and my wife moved to Sacramento, and that's when I added another zero.
Nice. See, growth. But you made the move. You didn't sit in your space. You didn't lose it. Just
No.
woe is me. What's up,
No,
Kadeem?
I use it as a component. What's up, bro?
How y'all feeling?
Good, man. Happy Tuesday to you, Doc.
I done missed out on all the good stories. I feel neglected.
He had two good stories. You don't miss two stories. But you said that was a component. That was just a component.
Yeah, there was a component. I used it as a component of knowledge.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Because remember, I'm still thinking that I'm going to get back into the IT industry.
Right.
Wow. Oh, that was just a hiccup that I went through. But I was still believing in the future of IT. I had learned enough to know that it was an industry that I knew could keep my bills paid.
Right. Indeed. What's up, Jeff? Good morning, sir.
Morning, Jeff.
Morning.
Awesome. So, just a quick reset. Welcome to the Brothers of Legacy. We're talking about recreating the new blueprint for your life. Yesterday, we kind of talked about the blueprints that we've seen around us, whether we grabbed a hold of it or whether we chose another alternative. But today, how do you pivot and continue to press towards your goal, even in the midst of changes that may happen? How do you keep that goal in front of you? And I talked about Kadeem. I knew he was coming on, so I just kind of wanted to lay some foundation. He had a choice. He said a lot of the blueprints around him weren't the most healthiest, and he got an opportunity, and he kind of took it, and it took him kind of out of one space and into a space that was healthier, and better for his life. So today we're kind of talking about just maintaining and being consistent. So for you, Kadeem, like, how have you like stayed on that path, being able to pivot when things went wrong? I mean, something always happens. There's always that term. If it ain't one thing, it's another. So, something always happens. So how do you pivot without turning backwards? How do you keep kind of recreating and staying focused on the goal? Like, because in your mind, it's just like, if I could just staying productive, and not doing things that's going to tear down what I'm building.
Oh man, well, one of them is that I don't socialize with that element no more.
Okay, right.
You know what I'm saying? So I like all the friends I had,
right?
And I stress the word had. I just, I reflect and enjoy the memories, but I know that they not gonna be, good for me going forward. So, it was a season, it was a period, it was a time in my life where I enjoyed all that. But I know going forward, I need to do something different. So staying on the right path, man, I socialize and I surround myself with folks who either I want to emulate or I want to just have that positive energy rub off on me. You know what I'm saying? So I try to stay away from that negative energy. or what I perceive to
Right.
be
Negative. I got you.
negative
Yeah.
energy. You
Right.
know what I'm
Right.
saying? Just because you smoking, drinking,
Right.
you know what I'm
Right.
saying, you still out there chasing.
Right.
uh,
Right.
I don't do that no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Right.
not
Right.
saying that you are a negative individual,
Right.
but I know that that's how, it's just I guess looking for the correct word that I want to say, but it ain't good. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
It
Right.
ain't good.
It's like
Make a long story short.
yeah.
So,
Definitely.
but yeah, man, I mean, well, everything that I getting into now
Right.
is just trying to one step at a time or one rung at a
Right.
time. Because I'm getting up the ladder. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to put one foot on top of the other, just kind of like not plateau, but
Right.
you know what I'm saying, just elevate,
Right.
rise.
Right. Right.
So that's what I'm doing now, man.
Okay.
Like, I mean, for instance, Brothers of Legacy. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
I choose to be here as
Appreciate
much as possible because
you.
I
Yes, indeed.
know that everybody who associated with the Brothers of Legacy is on a positive tip.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I
Right.
want to be on a positive tip.
Right.
So
Right.
and this also limits my cursing, which gives me more positive. You know what I'm saying? Like, because when I'm
Right.
with my kids, I don't curse.
I
Right.
love
Right.
that. I
When I'm
love
on
that.
Brothers of Legacy, I don't curse.
Right. Right.
But when I
Hey.
get around other folks
Yeah.
who
Right.
curse,
I got you.
it
I
ain't
got
real
you.
good. You know what I'm saying? So,
It's kind of like a good
it's just getting better. You know what I'm saying? So
effort.
that's how I do it. That's how
I
I
feel
do it.
you. I feel you. I'm with you. I'm same
Well,
way.
you have to be because that's exactly how we all do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Right?
And
That's what I love, man.
yeah.
What I love about that statement is like, man, I feel you, bro. Like it doesn't matter, it's like it doesn't matter what it is. It's like
Yeah.
you have to. That's why I keep saying fundamentally it's the same, man.
Yeah.
Right? He's saying the same thing just from a different perspective
Right. 100%. 100%.
through the eyes of his experience.
Right. I mean,
I love
I'm the same, like make
but
sure
he had
my
to make
group
a decision.
right. Make sure my groups are going the right path.
Yeah,
They're married dudes. They're
yeah,
about their life. They're about their
yeah.
children. They're
Yeah.
not trying to pull me away. Like if I say something crazy, y'all like, nah, you tripping, dude. You need to go back home, go get them kids.
Accountability is accountability.
Like
You
where
know?
you go, where you think you going. As
Yeah,
opposed to
yeah,
having another dudes like, yeah, let's roll out. You don't
Yeah.
need this. Let's go.
exactly. And that's how I feel. 'Cause, like, as all of us, or my new circle who I intentionally choose to be around, we all married. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So
Right.
when a single dude try to tell me about my relationship, I look at him and laugh like, really? You you about to tell me about my married relationship
Right. Right.
when you
Right.
ain't married? You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
come on, man. I mean, even if you divorced,
Right.
but you are currently single, you
Right.
still can't tell me about my marriage.
Right. Right. Indeed.
So yeah, it is about who you surround yourself with, man. You
Indeed.
know what I'm saying? So
Now I will say,
um,
I will say for that though, outside of saying, man, you don't want to be out here like this. It's lonely out here. Like, like you don't want to end that. It's lonely out here. Like,
hey,
come
nah,
on
man.
back home and ask for forgiveness or do something. You don't want to be out
Yeah,
here.
man. Hey, being married is some of the best days of my life. You know what I'm
Indeed.
saying? Well, being married to the woman I'm with now.
Now-
It is
so,
some of the best days of my life.
I love that, man.
My
Yeah,
previous relationship was not.
deep waters, Doc. Be careful how you tread, man. It's deep
Yeah,
waters.
my previous relationship was not all that. It was,
all that.
in the
I
words
got
of AD, it was very unhealthy.
I know.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah.
There you go. Jeff says, he said, I think it's a mindset. I never entertained the option of turning back in my career. I figured whatever hit me, I had to deal with it. Indeed. He said,
Yeah,
right, because
yeah.
my limits too. Gerard said, "What if I'm here to learn the positive stuff, to not do it and increase my pettiness?"
Wow. Okay. King Petty. That's what he is. He want to be king of the people.
Better, right?
See, everyone has their own method for entertainment, right?
Right.
It is what it is.
Listen, I won't. All of us got that petty we're trying to get delivered from. We always had them moments. You just like, gotta push it down. Push it
For sure.
So again, welcome guys to the Brothers of Legacy. Today we're talking about recreating the new blueprint for your life. Again, yesterday we talked about, the blueprint that we saw, that we were given, that we chose. Today we're just talking about pivoting and kind of pressing through. Tomorrow we're going to talk about overcoming certain struggles and the mental breakdown that can happen. I'm having my esteemed experienced colleague. I guess I'm trying to come up with a word. I don't know. I got lost there for a minute, but a licensed therapist will be coming through, Matt Genius, to kind of break down the getting over certain spots in your life mentally without being stuck. So again, we're talking about recreating the new blueprint, and like you said, Kaneem, like changing your environment, changing your context, changing what you're around, because we're shaped by what we hear the most of, what we watch a lot, or where we at. We've been through our hardcore hip hop stages. I still listen to it, but not as much, not so deep that it affects everything around me. Because you kind of gravitate to it. We can listen. It seems like the older I get, the more I agree with the adults that were like, "You're gonna become what you listen to." You keep listening to that junk. It's like, what? You might have been right about it. You're like, you ever realize the older you get,
I don't know anybody that did not go see a kung fu movie that did not come out of the theater thinking that they knew martial arts.
That lasted over your head. I'm a jump right? Kick over your head.
Hey, and the sad thing about it, I actually went to a novelty store and bought me some Chinese stars and some nunchucks.
Nunchucks.
I went and bought my little shoes. The little shoes that they be having. Yeah. Wow. I bought the shoes. Then now that Rambo had came out back then, I went and bought the Rambo knife with the compass on the top.
I knew someone else with one. I seen they pulled it out the sleeve. I was like,
when you talking about emulating what you see and what you hear, I was that dude.
Nunchucks are dangerous. If y'all don't know, nunchucks.
All my reels was all tore up from me trying to do that.
And that's from hitting yourself, right? It ain't for everybody else. It's for you. That's that's self-infliction.
But I didn't give up though. I didn't give up. I got pretty good at it.
All right.
You can't give up. Thank God people weren't recording things back then.
Right.
That's
I know, right?
All those bumps and bruises came with you by yourself.
By myself. Hey, but I'm talking about all out there in the parking lot. Just bam, 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 bam. Just taking it. Those were the days, man. Those were the days.
All right. He said you smacked yourself more than anybody else, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man. So that's
exactly.
And he said, "That's right. It's lonely out there." Yes, indeed. Woo, that was funny. He said he went deep. He bought it all.
Yeah,
not the Chinese and the real the metal joints. The Chinese.
Yeah, the only way I had to practice with my stars was just throwing it in trees. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Make it stick. Hopefully, I can make it stick in the tree. You know.
Right.
I got pretty good with that too, though. I mean, when you ain't got nothing to do but practice,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's amazing.
You get good at stuff. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? Life was grand in those days.
Yes.
That level of simplicity,
right,
was grand.
Right.
Yes. Yeah. As a youngster, spend all your money on Chinese stars and nunchucks. and little flat bottom shoes that ain't have no cushion.
I'm about to say them things. They almost like socks. They almost.
Yeah, I ain't have no cushion. You know what I'm saying? I like all thing I didn't do was get the little Komodo, and I would have been good. You know what I'm saying? I'd have been a Negro in Kung Fu gear. You know what I'm
You're Bruce Leroy.
saying? Yeah, there
Kenny.
you go. Hey, there you go. The last dragon.
Right. So Jeff said they nicknamed dang Chucks. It's so silly.
Everybody knows that Bruce Leroy was a hero.
Right.
Oh yeah.
He
Oh
was.
yeah.
He was.
But
a
all
modern day, he
all
was a
those who
modern
don't
day
know
hero.
need to go watch the movie.
Yeah, if you don't know who Bruce Leroy is, you need to go and look it up. Go and catch
Yeah.
up. You gotta catch up. We're gonna give
Yeah.
y'all a list of
That
movies.
was a
that need to
bad
watch.
year for Converse. That was a bad year. For Converse.
Right. Right.
You ain't lying. Kiss my Converse, fool.
Oh man. He said
Oh,
he said Kadeem climbing them trees, chasing the stars.
I was trying to get it.
Up in a tree.
I was trying to get it, Jeff. I was trying to get it, buddy. Hey, them stars cost me a pretty penny.
I know. I'm about to
wasn't
say you
gonna
can't
leave
lose
them,
them.
man.
can't
I wasn't
lose
gonna
these
leave
people.
them there. Hey, wherever it was, I had to go get it. Even if I missed that tree, I had to hunt it down in the grass, whatever I need to do.
Oh man. Woo. Let's see. He said, right, they were too expensive.
Shoot, yeah. Shoot, back then, in the 80s?
Right.
Oh, come on, yeah, shoot, yeah. They were too expensive.
Oh man, that's hilarious. All right, so listen, if you've not shared this broadcast, make sure you do so. We appreciate you guys for rocking and hanging with us, and being a part of all that we do. And if you're not part of our text community, text LWN to 84576. Text LWN to 84576. Never miss a broadcast or an episode. What's going down with Legacy Walker Network? We appreciate you guys for being here. Listen, hopefully we've said something that's helped kind of change your thinking. Don't buy the stars or the socks or the shoes. Get your belt. Get the belt. Get the belt and the white thing. Look official. Just look official.
That is some years ago. That is something.
Right? Look, it said crawling on your hands and knees, looking through the grass.
Yeah,
That is terrible.
yeah.
That is terrible.
Every cuss word I knew.
But it's truth. It's truth.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right. So listen, again, we appreciate you guys for being with us and rocking with us all week. Something I meant to do, but it's all good. I'll do it tomorrow. So I appreciate you guys for being here. Make sure you share. Make sure you let everybody know that we are here in the building. My numbers ain't as much. Where's everybody at today? What's going on? Is it the funeral going on today? Is it the Queen's funeral? Or is that next week? Because I think it's like the 15th or something, 13th today. All right. Just asking. So appreciate everyone that's here rocking with us. And if you're on replay, thank you for being with us this long. You watched the whole thing. Shout out to you. And I think that's it. All hearts and minds are clear. We appreciate you guys. Thank you for being here. Anything anybody want to share? This is your opportunity. Okay.
I got to get up out of here. I'm gonna have to release myself from you gentlemen. But y'all have a good day.
All right.
Everybody in BOL land, have a good day.
And we're gonna talk about who Bum B is. I don't know who Bum B is though. There's who is
just Google UGK. Google.
Okay. So just y'all know Bum B. All right. So we look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow, same time, same channel. He says, serious question tomorrow. How do you get somebody to go to therapy who refuses to go but desperately needs therapy? All right. We'll definitely cover that.
All right.
Appreciate you being here, Kaneem, aka Bum B, aka D Nice.
Y'all have a good one.
All right, take care. So yeah, Gerardo, that's a good question, man. I'll definitely pose that to him tomorrow. So that's it. That's all. So listen, as always, we have a lot that we're trying to accomplish within this year, going into next year. And your support is always appreciated. Cash App, $BOL 2019. Cash App, $BOL 2019. whatever platform you're on, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube or LinkedIn, I will put the link if you want to give through PayPal. Now, what I am looking for, I'm looking for more like pledges, if that makes sense. So if you watch PBS or NPR anytime, talk about pledging. So there's an opportunity to give monthly. So if you pledge over $100, I'm going to be giving out T-shirts. So I got some folks on my list to send out some shirts, some BOL shirts. I'm about to show this one, but it's not that. But so we're definitely looking for pledges. I already have some people on my list, so I'm going to be making up some shirts in the next coming weeks. All right. So just look out for the notification. You'll see it. I thought I copied and pasted, but I don't think I did. Nope, I did not. So just look out for that comment, and I'll definitely have it up more going into tomorrow. And if you're interested, you're just like, hey, just send me the link. I'll send it to you. All right. All hearts and minds are clear. We appreciate you guys for being here. Another edition of the Brothers of Legacy. Take care. We look forward to my birthday in February 2023. I missed that. All right. So we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Take care. We'll see you tomorrow. So take care. I keep saying the same thing. Know that we love you. Jesus loves you better. Take care.